Welcome to Day 7 here on the JUCO World Series with the JUCO Full Windup brought to you by Pepsi. Phil Stafford, Kyle Stanley here. And Phil, this has been the longest rain delay we've ever had to endure with JUCO.
Boy, and I guess we jinxed ourselves because yesterday we were saying what beautiful weather we were finally getting here on Day 6 it was of the World Series, and all of a sudden the hail and the rains comes out of nowhere and postpones us from Thursday night into Friday, but it sure was good to get the game started, and we had to figure out who was going to win because potentially we could have our championship game on Day 7. So why don't we start with that resumption of Northwest Florida against Mclennan. The official time of this matchup in the books goes as 2 hours, 41 minutes, but that doesn't count the 14 hours that we waited for the field to dry after that late storm on Thursday night. We'll have to check the history books, too, to make sure, but this could be the first time in history a team starts and ends the games in different jerseys as the Raiders switch from white to red. We pick it up in the top of the 6th with Mclennan ahead by 3. Kirby McGuire jumps on that first offering from Evan Hebert, gets through the hands of Aaron Palmer, and Braxton Wilkes capitalizes on the air. Lead is bumped up to 4. Dustin Jarrett took the ball for the Highlanders, and he followed in the footsteps of Jack Finnegan's outing on Thursday night. The Highlanders hand Northwest Florida their first loss in the 2015 World Series as Jarrett completed the 4-inning save and held the Raiders' bats completely silent.
Was I going to leave him out there if he wasn't good? No, I wasn't. It was a short hook, but I trusted in what he has. And so, his stuff is plenty good enough, and he showed why it is today.
I felt like a start, and I haven't done that since high school, so it was kind of weird. I forgot what my pregame ritual was, and I had to ask pitching coach what it was, Coach Barry, and he had to slow me down a little bit. I got going way too soon. And
I told them that, look, you have until your walk off this grass to dwell on this game. But when your feet leave this grass, it's over. And we got to get our mind focused on playing a good baseball game tomorrow night, because that will be the only way in the world we'll have a chance to compete, is that's to play our best game.
So we will definitely play on Saturday, but not before the Friday night elimination game. And if we've learned anything from this year's JUCO teams, it's that they know how to have fun before the games.
Don't let us win. Don't let us get in the ship. Don't let us get in the ship.
It is heavy?
Yeah. My head's already big enough.
Oh!
It's a rally gun.
Pass the line.
Ooh, I like that.
Pass the line now.
I like that too.
I got past the line. I got past the line.
One game to the national championship, y'all. You know how bad we want that? Let's go, baby! Wally on 3. 1, 2, 3, Wally!
Reese Calvert back on the mound to face Walter State. Calvert's first start of the tournament was against the Senators, and he couldn't complete 5 and gave up 7 runs. But he must have had a better breakfast today. Comes out firing in the first inning, strikes out the side. He only struck out 3 total in his last start. But Darren Osby matched Calvert pitch for pitch. Looked sharp early on in this pitcher's duel. Calvert didn't make many mistakes, but he made this one count. Elijah Helton says to the fans in left field, "I see you there." Solo Blast may be one of the furthest we have seen in this tournament. Fourth inning bases are full of Highlanders, and it's Braxton Wilkes coming up with a huge knock. Double scores 2 and gives Mclennan a 2-1 lead. But it only lasts a half inning. Ramon Osuna has been peppering that left field fence all tournament long, and what looks like a pop-up off the bat goes over the fence for a 3-run shot and a lead. Home half of the 5th inning, this seesaw battle continues, and James Rudkin plays the hero. That's a grand slam, and what a time to do it.
That's probably the best moment I've probably ever had in my entire life.
Have you ever hit a coach's hand harder than that?
No.
Controversial moment here in this game with a runner on second. Will Fox flies one to Elijah Helton in left, backpedals a bit, makes the play. Mason George tags up and gets to third, but the entire Senator dugout is convinced that George left early. Coach David Shelton begs the umps to get together. They do, and the call stands. George would eventually score in the inning. 6th inning, what is Mason George doing? Apparently he's stealing home, and he's in there. Coach Thompson, did you call for that?
We were trying to steal second base. I think Mason just instinctively, he's one of our best instinctual players. He's kind of saw that thing, and it happened, and he took off, and I was sitting there going, oh, Lord, please.
8th inning, it's Rudkin again, liner into left. The Highlanders are feeling it now, double-digit runs and a 5-run lead. 9th inning, Ramon Osuna stands between Mclennan and a championship berth. Colin Sharp up for the challenge. Osuna flies out to center, and the Mclennan Highlanders finish 4th in their league and never expected to see the green grass of Simplicio Field, but they are here and in the championship game.
I asked the guys a long time ago, can you dream it? Can you see it? Can you see it? And I think they can. And so tomorrow we get a chance to play for it and have the most fun we've ever had on a baseball field.
Once you've been here, you are so hungry to get back. It forces you to be a better coach. It forces you to work harder. It forces you to pay more attention to detail every day. And it's driven us every day since they came to campus in August.
Time now for our Can't Miss Moments, brought to you by Community Hospital. Start with the play of the day. This was a no-brainer. Mason George, again, steals home.
I just took the opportunity and I took off. I don't know if I looked faster than I really am, but that's about as fast as I get.
For our home run of the day, can you get any better than a grand slam? It's James Rudkin going deep, and that gives the Highlanders the lead for good. 4 runs come in the bottom of the 5th.
And make sure to see all the Can't Miss Moments brought to you by Community Hospital. But Phil, tomorrow's championship day, Mclennan versus Northwest Florida.
Should be interesting. One of these coaches is going home with the title for their very first time. Actually, both of them, their very first trip to Grand Junction as head coaches. So one of them will definitely be excited. And as we saw earlier in our coverage, Northwest Florida's only loss came to Mclennan. So we'll see if they can carry that momentum. But please join us on day 8. It will be our championship day here at the JUCO World Series. You've been watching the JUCO Full Windup presented by Pepsi. For Kyle Stanley, I'm Phil Stafford signing off from Simplicio Field.
This was one of the most special teams in Walter State history. 57 wins, 3rd in the country.
Wally on 3, 1, 2, 3. Wally!